me, Andy. I'm one of the fitness and sports instructors at CFB Edmonton, and for today's live stream class, I'm taking you through a force prep session. So if you have your first test coming up, or who knows when it's coming up and we just want to be ready all the time anyways, this is a great way to just get after it ahead of time and right into things. So what you'll need today, I think we posted about this earlier today, but if you'd like a weight to do some goblet squats and some split squats, definitely have that around and handy. If you want tunes, grab tunes. I'm not going to have any here, and who knows if you'd like my music that much anyways, so go ahead and get set up with whatever you need music-wise, and then just make sure you have water on hand as well. For a few things today, I'm going to use a mat because my floor is super hard. If you have some really nice soft carpet to be working with, maybe you don't need one, but I would recommend having one handy as well. So something to cushion the knees every once in a while, a weight if you would like it, water, tunes, that kind of thing is what you're going to need for this force prep class. Alright, aside from that, as per usual, we're just going to run you through our quick little disclaimer here. So in response to COVID-19, PSP is offering online or virtual fitness classes to Canadian Armed Forces members. By using social media platforms, these virtual fitness classes tailored to Canadian Armed Forces members become accessible to all. Participants who are not Canadian Armed Forces members recognize and acknowledge that their age, health status, physical fitness levels are all unknown, and it is entirely up to each individual to assess their ability to participate in this class. Since it is preferable to consult your physician prior to beginning any exercise program, we invite all participants who are not Canadian Armed Forces members to consult the Get Active questionnaire of the Canadian Society of Exercise Physiology and its reference document. Both of those will be posted below. If you experience any pain or difficulty during the exercises presented in this video, it is recommended that you stop and consult a healthcare professional or a healthcare provider. If Canadian Armed Forces members sustained an injury during this video, please remember to fill out a CF98 form. Working with me today is Myles. He's behind the scenes, so he's going to be monitoring all the comments and things like that. So if you have questions, you have concerns, you have encouragement you want to shout out to everybody else who I'm sure is doing this fitness class with us, then definitely toss them there. And if you have questions, Myles will be sure to help you out with those. He's also tossing up those questionnaires if you need to take a quick gander at those before we begin. Alright, so that is the gist of things. I want to get right into stuff today. I'm pretty excited about this. We have a few different little AMRAP circuits to go with today, so as many rounds as possible is essentially what we are going for. Feel free to go at your own pace. I'll give you a rep scheme to go with. Myles will post it in the comments as well if you mishear me or if I'm not super clear. Sometimes I get excited and I talk too fast, or I get tired and you just can't tell what I'm saying anymore. So either of those could happen. Either way, the information is going to be there to make this as easy as possible for you to follow along. First things first, we're going to do a general full body warm-up followed by a little bit of agility drill-in, okay? To give you an idea of what will be coming up after this, I just want to give you a quick demo of all the exercises before we go through all the stuff to get warm. Don't want to get warm and then cool and then back to exercises. So, things we'll be encountering today. Hand release push-ups. I absolutely love these things. They are a classic push-up from the toes or from the knees, but lowering the chest all the way to the ground so we can lift those hands up. Quick hand release and press back up. From toes or from knees, totally up to you. Next up, frog jumps. We've done these a couple times. If you've been doing some sessions with me, I know other instructors like to pop these in as well. I call these ones frog jumps, hopping from your plank forward and back. Option to step those ones. Aside from that, some high knee running. We all know those. Squats, fairly standard. Down, up, chest high, knees and toes in the same direction with the weight if you want. We're going to do some burpees today, and we're going to involve some lateral shuffles as well. Yeah, I know, I'm excited too. And they'll look something like this. So your burpee full or modified, followed by a lateral shuffle, right off the screen for me today, into another burpee, and lateral shuffle back. At least I think I was off the screen there, who really knows? Hard to guess. After that, sit-ups. Classic, or I'll give a couple other modifications as we go. If a full sit-up is not available today, I would like you to focus on bringing the shoulder blades up off the mat for a crunch. Aside from that, plank taps while we're down here. Holding your nice strong plank from your toes or from your knees, tapping for opposite shoulders or opposite elbows. Just keeping nice and steady as we do so. Last couple, split squats. Like you're doing a lunge, just leave your feet as they are. In that lunge stance, we're coming straight down and up. Same thing, second side, down, up, down, up. Feet stay stationary, no stepping in and out of those. Get-ups. We did this in the last session that I ran through, hopping down to the knees, back up to stand. Okay, full step every time, planting that foot. Back to our mat. Hollow body rocks will be in and around today because I love them so much. Finding a nice hollow body position or banana shape, tapping the heels and shoulder blades. Option for this is going to be tucks and jumping jacks. We'll just get to those when we get to those. All right, I'm a little bit warm, but let's go through a warm up together and then I'll remind you when the other exercises are coming up later on. So starting off, nice little jog. Take that easy, jog it out. Here we go, just on the spot. I ran through those really fast, I'm well aware, but just to give you an idea of what's coming up, maybe get you real excited for them, and then later on, we'll split those all up into their own little AMRAP circuits. Got a few different lengths of things today. We'll see how they feel. We're just gonna bring this up to some high knees. These are coming up later as well, but good to get them warm. Driving those knees up towards the chest, always an option to march it instead of running. 10 seconds. Switching it up to butt kicks, heels up towards the glutes, walking it, or again, running it out. Okay, keep that going. Take a little break, and arm swings just in and out across the chest here. Excellent. Let's bring them one arm up, one arm down. Into 2 circles forward. And 2 circles back. All right, lunges. Just alternating legs, step it forward, pop it back up together. Getting that lower body warmed up a little bit. Keeping your chest up nice and high as we're going here. Pressing down through that heel to drive us back up. Inchworm to a push-up if you want. Walk those hands out to a nice high plank. Find a push-up from the toes or from the knees. And walking the hands back in. Take your time with these. Nice, slow, steady pace. It is just our warm-up. 3, 2, 1. Come on back up to stand. We're gonna bring it into some squats, just body weight. Nothing crazy. Just waking our legs up. Want to be nice and fully warmed up today. Like I said, I'm excited about these exercises, but we gotta make sure we are ready for them. Step it a little wider. Side lunges. So stepping or leaning more into one leg, get a nice bend up through the center. Over that second side. Check in that knees and toes are pointing in the same direction at the bottom. Getting a little bit warmer, I hope so. Cool. Come on up to stand. We're going to toss one foot out in front of us. Sweeping down towards that heel. Step it back together. Repeat on that second side, just a few times each. Feeling a little stretch through the back of the leg. Wonderful. Let's pop back down to that lunge, a little world's greatest stretch because we love those. Both hands coming to the inside of that front foot. Same hand as your front leg is coming up. And elbow down towards the ground. Doesn't have to touch, just goes towards it. Again, reach it up and drop it down. One more. Excellent. From here, we're going to send the hips back, straighten out that front leg for a moment. Back through your lunge. Same thing, second side, go ahead and switch that up. Step it forward. Same arm as your front leg is coming up. And forearm down. Keep that going. 2 more. Fantastic. Once you are done those 3, go ahead and send the hips back, straighten through the front leg. Quick little hamstring stretch here. And we'll bring that back forward. Cool, up to stand. Walking on to the heels here, so you're picking your toes up nice and high. Just take a few steps on the spot, maybe a few steps forward, a few steps back. Getting a little bit more awake through some of the muscles closer to our ankles just to help stabilize them here. And switch it up onto your toes. Heels are up nice and high. Same thing. Couple steps forward, couple steps back. If you've been taking dance lessons, you've been over YouTube while we're in quarantine, put them to use. Practice up some of those steps. Very nice. Go ahead and relax that on down. All right, take a sip of water if you need it. Next up, we're going to run through a few different agility exercises. We're just going to go 20 seconds work, 10 seconds rest, a couple footwork patterns, just to speed things up a little bit, get the heart rate elevated, and then we'll make our way into a few more exercises to challenge us a bit more over a longer period of time in our other circuits. We'll keep that water nearby. Grab it whenever you need it. Modify exercises when you need to. Take breaks when you need to. I'm using timers today for the most part, so when it comes to those, like I said earlier, go at your own pace. There is absolutely no rush. I will encourage you to push it and to go for it, but by no means does it mean you should be working way past your maximal effort, because that would be impossible. I want you to keep it at intensity today, especially as we work into some of these other circuits, that it might be really hard to carry on a casual conversation. That's going to be a good way to gauge where we're at today. Maybe not there quite yet. That's good because we just did our warm-up. But we're going to bring up the intensity a bit in this next one, see how we're feeling after that. So, starting off with a couple footwork patterns. Find an imaginary line on your floor, or read a line if you have one. So you're going to take 2 steps forward and 2 steps back. That's it. 20 seconds. Just doing that. I want you to lead with your dominant foot. Second time through, we're going to go non-dominant foot. Here we go. First side. In 3, 2, 1. Dominant foot starting us off. Here we go. 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. I want you to speed that up a little bit. Imagine you're doing those rushes. You want to tap that line quick and get right back behind it as fast as you can. Rest. Cool. Next up, same thing. Start with your non-dominant leg. Don't let that dominant one take over. They need to take turns. Here we go. Step it forward, step it back. I love me some agility exercises. Keep it going. A little faster. Rest. Nice. Next one, mountain climbers. Step it, run it, your choice. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, and we'll get to it. Here we go. If you want a little bit more force specific, bring that foot to step. Like you're gonna get up and sprint. And rest. Next one. What is our next one? Lateral shuffles. There we go, side to side. Like you're doing those sandbag lifts. Here we go. So touch down on one side, shuffle it over, touch the ground. If you don't quite make it to the ground today, no stress, but go for a good bend in the legs at the very least. Solid squat. Keep that up. Rest. front to back steps. Find that imaginary line, dominant or non-dominant first. Take your pick. Here we go. Forward, forward, back, back. Quick steps. Light on those feet. A little faster. Rest. Cool. Whatever leg you didn't start with, switch sides. In 5. Let's go. Might be a little harder with that non-dominant. We want to challenge our systems every once in a while though, right? Let's get it going. Speed it up. Rest. Woo. Mountain climbers. Always a favorite. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Up towards the chest or add that step. Core stays strong. Aim for these to be nice and quick, nice and light. And rest. Last one, lateral shuffle side to side. Keep these quick. Should be getting a little warmer. Here we go. We're gonna be coming back to these, so get comfortable with them. Start to build that speed, build our familiarity with this exercise before we amp it up later. Rest. Cool. All right, should feel that heart rate up a little bit more. We're getting warm. Maybe starting to sweat a bit. Move this cat toy out of the way so I don't trip on it during class. Grab a sip of water if you need it. All right, so this first set, hopefully you don't hate me too much. I really hope not, because this is probably the kinder of the 3 sets today. But don't worry, I'm doing it with you. We'll get through this together and it's gonna be fabulous, I'm sure. So we have 3 exercises here. Number 1, those hand release push-ups. Number 2, frog jumps in and out from your plank or steps. And then high knees. 5 hand release push-ups, 5 frog jumps, 20 high knees, 10 per leg-ish. If you don't get exactly 20, I won't be mad. If you get 24, that's okay. 19, I'll accept it, I guess. And we'll just go through those as many times as we can in 50 seconds. So this one isn't very long, about the same length as your rushes. I want to be aiming to do those in 60 seconds or less. So conveniently, when we're doing our rushes, pop down to the floor. We have to get that hand release in real fast. And then at the top of our push-up, we kind of have that frog jump action, whether you're coming to more of a both feet in, up, and go, or if you're coming into more of that mountain climber start that we just practiced, right into your sprint. So either way, applicable to that task. And high knees, of course, it's like our sprint. That's what we're going for here. So 5 push-ups, 5 frog jumps, 20 high knees, as many times as we can in 50 seconds. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Starting with our push-ups. 5 of these. From the toes or from the knees, up to you. Core stays tight. As soon as you're done those, we're into frog jumps. Hopping in towards the hands, back out to your plank. 5 times. And then up, high knees, 20 times. Drive them high, use the arms. Whew. Back down, push-ups. I want you to think about a big press on our exhale. Really powerful as we're coming back up. All right, 50 seconds done already. Piece of cake. We get to do that again. So you're gonna pick up wherever you left off I left off with push-ups, so I'll jump in on frog jumps and maybe speed it up a little bit this time, see if I can get a bit more in here. Okay, we've got just over 10 seconds, so take a couple more good deep breaths in here. Controlling that heart rate. Slow, smooth. Back at it in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So you got 5, 5, and 20 as your reps. Keep it going. If you weren't warm before, you should be by now. At your pace, keep it going. Ten seconds. Rest. All right, grab a sip of water if you need. Next one, 6 squats, 6 lateral shuffle burpees. Shuffle, burpee, shuffle, burpee. 6 sit-ups, 10 plank taps. Whew, 15 seconds and we'll get to it. Grab your weight if you want for the squats. It's only 6. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. 6 squats. Chest stays up high. I didn't mention, you have 3 minutes for this round. A little longer, a little more challenging. I like challenging. So you got your 6 squats. When you're done, lateral shuffle to a burpee. You're coming over, drop it down, and up. Over, drop it down, and up. With or without a push-up, I'll leave that up to you. Jump or step. So 6 in total, 3 per side. When you're done with those, grabbing our mat for sit-ups. 6 in total, full sit-ups or crunches. When we're done sit-ups, we're flipping over plank taps to the shoulders or elbows, 10 in total, 5 per side. Wider stance means these ones are a little easier. As soon as you're done those, back to squats with or without a weight. 6, 6, 6, and 10. Already over a minute done, we're doing great. Burpees are next. Keep it going. Past halfway. After our burpees, we've got sit-ups. 6. Hands are light if they're touching the head. Hello, heart rate. Working hard, plank taps. 10 in total, 5 per side. Knees can drop if you need, or step those feet wide. It's going to be a little bit more stable. And as soon as you're done, back to squats, burpees. You know what's up now, you know the drill. Keep that going, 40 seconds. Getting toasty. Twenty seconds. Doing great. Just keep that moving. 10 seconds. Go, go, go all the way. Rest. Keep the legs moving a little bit. Grab a sip of water. We've got a whole minute. Then we're going to do that one more time. So again, just pick up wherever you left off in our 4 exercises. You know they're burpees, so Don't chug your whole water bottle. Whew. 30 seconds still. Enjoy that break, soak it in. Feels good. We are working hard. Squats, burpees, sit-ups, plank taps. One more time, 3 minutes again. I think I stopped with plank taps, starting in 10 seconds here. 10 plank taps, 6 of everything else. All right, team. 3, 2, 1, let's go. How are we feeling out there? Loving it? It's okay if it's a love-hate. I understand. I am not offended. Use the breath. It's getting tough. Exhales as you're sitting up. Exhales as you're pressing up from your burpees. Lots of good ways to use that. All right, looks good out there. Crushing it. Pace it as you need to. Try and keep moving. Just over a minute. You've got it. Modify as you need to. I think that's 6. I hope that's 6. As long as the count is close, we're good to go. No sets of 50. No sets of 1. "40 seconds. Keep it going. Can't stop now. Good rest coming up. "20 seconds. Whew. 5. Rest. If you have a sweat towel, make good use of it. Grab water if you need. Keep the feet moving. And we're into our next one here. So, 5 split squats per side, like a lunge, but feet are staying in one spot. 5 of those get-ups, kneel to stand per side. 10 hollow body rocks or tucks. And then 20 jumping jacks to keep that heart rate up. Get a little bit more of a cardiovascular system going today. Started with some nice short rounds, a little bit more anaerobic training. Now branching into aerobic training, similar to if you're doing your intermittent loaded shuttles. Those take, well, they take a variety of times, of course, but we want to make sure it's under 5 minutes. So 5 minutes is the length of this next circuit. What fun. Of course, 5 minutes isn't our exact specific limit, but let's go for way faster if we can, right? So 20 seconds, and then we're starting with split squats. If you want to wait, you're holding it at the chest, keeping it central, 5 per side. I'll try to keep up with you in pace for this first round. And I'll slow things down a little bit, show some more modifications, things like that. Starting in 5, 3, 2, 1. Split squats. Find your lunge, stance, down and up 5 times. Core strong, chest high. Get 5. Switch legs. 5 times here. Hello, legs. Next up, get-ups. Use a mat if you need. Knee, standing up. Full foot plant every time. 5 times with one leg starting out. And then 5 times with the other. Make sure you switch sides. Even things out. Don't let one leg take over. Next up, hollow body rocks. 10 of these. Banana shape. Arms down easy, arms up hard. Heels touch and shoulder blades touch 10 times. Modified version is tucks. I'll demo that on the second round through. Once we're done our 10, come on up, 20 jumping jacks. Up to stand nice and quick. Here we go. Look out for your ceilings. Modify with stepping if you need to. And we're back to split squats with a weight if you want. 5 and 5. Here we go. Knee comes down to a hover. How are we feeling? We're about 2 minutes in, 3 to go. Get ups, 5 on each leg. Here we go. Five on one, and then switch it up. 5 with that second side. Keep it moving. Next up, hollow body rocks or tucks. 10. For tucks, hands can be by your sides, knees to chest, extend out to hover, into tuck. If that still doesn't feel great, come on down to your back instead. Hands by your sides, extend out, knees to chest. Once you're done these, 20 jumping jacks. Right to it, let's go. Got 2 minutes. Split squats, 5 and 5. Apparently now my cat is interested in this session. You might see him a little bit. Might cause a bit of havoc, we'll see. Wasn't sure if he was going to show up. We had a bit of a disagreement today. I guess he's over it. 5 and 5, onto your get-ups. Kneel to stand. Full foot plant every time. Let's go. Switching legs. Don't forget that. 10 in total, 5 per side. One more minute. Hollow body rocks or tucks. Take your pick. Modify as needed. No pain in the back here. If it's uncomfortable, modify or pick a different exercise. Lots of options. Twenty jacks once you're up. 30 seconds. Let's go. Split squats. Just as much control as our first round. Great. Even out side to side if you need. Then take a breather. Got about a minute here. Take it easy, grab water. Whew. And then we have that one more time. Did all the other circuits twice. May as well with this one too. It's good for us, challenging that cardiovascular system, keeping that heart rate elevated. Now, hopefully, should be more difficult to carry on a casual conversation. I know ours is a little bit one-sided today, from what I can tell, but surely you've noticed, or you might be able to tell, I am having more of a difficult time keeping a casual conversation going here. We've got 15 seconds, and then we're back at it, wherever you left off. Split squats, get-ups, 5 and 5. 10 tucks or hollow body rocks, 20 jacks. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Hello, cat. You're okay. It's fine. Don't worry about me. Make sure you're switching sides, 5 on each for those split squats and get-ups. This is our last really solid, consistent 5 minutes. So see if you can keep that pace. Really go for it this round. Modify, adjust that pace as you need to. But I believe in you, we got this. Always an option with those jacks to step them. I have to keep my hands low because of my ceiling today. But do what you need to do. If shoulders don't like going all the way up overhead, keep them low. Always good. Kind of lost my count. So we'll go a couple more. That's the rule, right? As many rounds as we can through this. 3.5 minutes to go. Maybe turn up your music just a little bit to help get through it. I'd love it if I could hear a bit. So maybe that loud, but like be nice to your neighbors, I guess. All right, we're officially halfway. 2.5 minutes. I'm feeling good. Hope you are too. Keep breathing. Keep pushing through. Less than 2 minutes. Almost forgot my get-ups. That would have been sad. So strong, so controlled. Come on, team. We're almost there. Last minute. See what else you can fit in here? Keep it going. "20 seconds, don't stop now. Even out sides if you need to. And rest once you're even side to side. Woo-hoo! Nicely done. Again, keep those feet moving. It's a little bit of walking around. Good. Full breaths in and out, mostly through the nose if you can. Grab water if you need it. All right. If you're lucky like me, maybe you even got some encouragement sushi. Thanks, buddy. Nothing like a little fetch break in the middle of a workout. We're almost done. Home stretch. Cool. I was worried about this, but we might not quite have enough time for our last thing, but I think we do. I'm quite confident. It's very short. Your legs are gonna love me for it. Or we'll get back to that love-hate. It's all good. A while ago, a few weeks I believe, we were able to make it through some super fun wall sits and some wall sit intervals. So we're gonna bring it on back to those. And my reason for doing this is we're a little fatigued right now. I want to challenge some of our muscles in the lower body with a little bit of time under tension, a little bit of time fired up and engaged while they're fatigued. When you go to do that drag at the end of your force test, you're not exactly fresh out of the gate. We're going to be a little bit warmer, a little bit more tired, maybe a lot more tired. Who knows, if you're going for platinum, you're probably giving it your all, right? So, we're going to wall set it up, see how we perform here, for about 20 seconds at a time, doing a beautiful wall sit hold. Nice little isometric exercise. So, back is going to find a nice sturdy spot on the wall. You want your feet out far enough that they're about dropping under the knees, right? Heels want to drop right underneath. First one, classic wall sit, nothing to it, nothing crazy. And then we will go from there with a couple different alternatives. Feel free to stick with your classic wall sit if that is what you prefer, or adjust as you need to. Take breaks if you need to, and if your legs really, really hate this one, just don't come down quite so low. All right, I want to make sure you can see these ones. I'm going to take a quick peek, pardon me, at my camera here. Oh yeah, we're golden. Good to go. So, find your wall. We've got 20 seconds, classic wall sit, starting in 3, in 2, and 1. Come on down. I think originally my plan was to give you a 20-second rest. My timer gives us a 10-second rest, and I feel like we're up for the challenge, so we're going to go with the 10-second rest instead. My apologies, switching that up on you last minute. Easy peas. Come on up, 10 seconds. This next one, if you want to wait, hold the weight at your chest, or we might try lifting the heels a little bit. Come on down. Find that core nice and tight, hips, shoulder blades pressing into the wall. Press down through the balls of the feet a little bit here. Ground through your heels a bit as well. Really push into it, 10 seconds. See if you can get a bit of a shake going on in the legs maybe. Chest stays proud. Rest. Got one more option this time to add a kick out. lifting one foot and then the other. Maybe a little lift, maybe extending that leg out in front of us. Here we go. Come on down. Little lift. Or we kick it out. Like we're doing that sandbag drag. You might still have that weight in your arms. It's an option. And you can always do these again later, of course. 5 seconds. Keep it going. And rest. Weight off to the side. Give those poor legs a break. They've been working hard. Grab a sip of water if you need. And we're going to cool some things down a little bit. How are you feeling, friends? Should be warm. Should be fired up. Alright, nice and thorough to wrap things up. Grab a spot along the wall again. Use it to balance if you need to. Draw a heel up towards the glutes. We're going to draw it into our quads first to stretch those out. So heel up towards the glutes here. Keep the chest up high and drop that knee in line with the hip. Sometimes it ends up hanging out on the side. We don't get quite the same kind of stretch going on there. And if you still need more, think about kicking into your hand a little bit. Hip almost pressing forward. Go ahead and switch sides, other leg. Heel draws up towards the glutes. Drop that knee in line with the hip. Chest proud. Walls there if you need a bit of balance help, or go solo. Challenge the balance, especially with the legs fatigued a little bit now. Oh, there goes mine. Beauty. Drop that down. We did a lot of shuffling back and forth side to side. So let's bring it into the calves first, and then we'll work our way through a lot of the rest of the low body. One foot is going to step forward, other one straight back. Toes, point them right at the wall today, just so we're nice and square here. Find a lunge into that front knee, allowing that knee to interstack over your ankle. If you need to, lengthen that stance a little bit. Keep that back heel pressing down. You can stay as you are, or if you're craving a little bit of something different through the back of the leg or into the calf, find a gentle bend to the back knee. That should stretch the sensation a little lower, closer to the ankle. So it's hitting more of our soleus muscle as opposed to our gastrocs here. All part of the calves, just being real thorough. And go ahead and switch sides. Same thing, other leg, step it forward into your lunge. Find that bend to the front knee. Point your toes square. That back toe often likes to sneak out a little bit, so make sure we catch it. Point it straight forward here. Get that little bit of a stretch through the back of your calf. Then again, if you're needing something different or just a little bit more, a little deeper, a little lower in the calf, find a gentle bend to the back knee. Keeping your heel planted. Might be some good ankle mobility as well, depends on where you are most restricted through the legs, through the ankles. Excellent stuff. All right, next up, stance out nice and wide here. We're just gonna bend it forward, reach over towards one leg or the other, doesn't matter which, we'll get both. Big leg, any leg, preferably your own, grabbing onto that leg, ankle, or foot. Find a bit of a stretch through the hamstrings, through the calves. And we're going to make this one a little bit more dynamic today. So if you need to widen your stance, we're going to add a side lunge. So bending into your opposite knee, find a bit more of a stretch through your adductors. Back up straight, bend it down, send it up. Let's go for another 3. Once you are done those, you're going to go ahead and switch sides. Find that other leg of yours. Settle in there for a moment or so before we get a little deeper into this stretch. Make it a little bit more dynamic. Alright, so into that other leg, finding our side lunge, bending through the knee. Come on back up to straight. I'm going to go for a total of 5. Excellent stuff. All right, you can bring that back up to stand. Point the toes out a little bit or heels in a little bit. Kind of 45-degree angles to the sides, and find a nice low squat in this wide stance. Hands can find their way to the legs, maybe to hands, maybe to forearms. I'll leave that up to you. And find a little bit of a press out and back with the knees here. Maybe stretching a bit more into the groin and in those adductors. Keeping that chest up high. You can use the wall to stabilize a little bit if you need to by pressing the bum against it. That works. And then we'll go ahead and drop it down to the mat. Find a lunge. One leg forward, one leg back. Find that tuck to the tailbone. Start to press the hips forward here, engaging still with that core. And if you need a little bit more, opposite arm is reaching up and over. Really good extension through the whole side of the body here. Still thinking about with the hips, we're pressing them straight forward here. As we're going through these, you can think about slowing down our breath, slowing down the heart rate by using the breath rather. Nice slow inhales through the nose, slow smooth exhales through nose or mouth. Nice stuff. Go ahead and switch sides. Other leg forward. Tuck that tailbone, start to press the hips forward, and then same arm as our back leg is reaching up and over. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely could have used a bit of a sweat towel today. Hopefully you had one handy. It's going to be something I add to the list of just general equipment for every class here. Good, continue to lengthen through the side of the body here. Press the hips forward, lots to think about. How are those breaths coming along? Good stuff. Drop it on down to the stomach. We'll go into a little chest and shoulder opener and then into a bit of a cobra here. You're going to start by extending one arm straight out from the shoulder, palm facing the mat. Bring that opposite leg up and over so you can kind of roll into it. Should feel a stretch through the chest, maybe down into your bicep as well. Okay, only go as far as you need to feel some stretch on that arm. It doesn't have to be super intense, it doesn't have to be super crazy. It's enough to feel a stretch. You should still be able to breathe. So if you're holding your breath, dial back a little bit. Can bring that through the center. Same thing other side. If you don't want to lie all over the floor right now, you probably know this one from standing up as well. Just using the wall here, extending that arm out in line with the shoulder and starting to turn away from it. Just hang out here, relax, enjoy. Hard work is over, and that's the lovely part. Beautiful, beautiful. Make your way back through center. Hands under the shoulders or maybe slightly in front. Press up as much as feels okay for you for a little bit of a cobra. If your back doesn't love this, don't do this one. Go ahead and skip it. Or find a smaller lift, something that your body is okay with. Excellent. We'll drop that down. Press the hips up and back. Take a quick child's pose. This one is just a counter stretch for that cobra, allowing the spine to round a little bit. Send the arms straight forward or back, your choice. Find a couple more really good breaths and see where else we can kind of just like relax, let go here. Excellent and wonderful. Come on up. Last couple. I can bring those foot soles together, let the knees fall open to the sides. Stay as you are here or add a little bit of a lean forward. If you want to add a bit of work with the hands as well, you can grab for shins or ankles. Try not to grab onto the toes, just so we avoid any unnecessary weird stress on the ankles. Bring that chest up nice and high, little lean forward again if you need it. And as we wrap things up today, if there's any other questions or concerns that you have about what I made you do today, why I made you do it, toss them in the comments and we will get back to you. We'll kind of keep an eye on them for the next 15 minutes or so. This video will be up on our page for the next 24 hours, and then afterwards it'll be posted to YouTube. So if you're like, man, I really want to get at that one again, or any other workout that you've seen some of our fantastic and wonderful fitness instructors from CFB Edmonton posting, lots of ways to get after them. All the links are going to be on this Facebook page, so check that out. Stay tuned for more classes coming up. If there's anything else that you need to take a moment and stretch out, definitely do what you need to do. We didn't figure 4 today. It's always a favorite, so if you want to get that in, go for it. Resting that ankle over the opposite knee from your back or from a seated position. Lots of ways to get into it. And then if you're looking for something tomorrow, you're in luck, because Audie is going to be bringing you a full body circuit, total body circuit, tomorrow at 1400 hours. That one is sure to be absolutely wonderful and fantastic, so definitely check that one out. If you're in that figure 4, go ahead and switch sides. It has been ever so lovely having you here with me today. Thank you for joining me for a force prep fitness session. Hope you enjoyed it, got some good work in, a little bit of a sweat on, and again, comments, questions, concerns, let me or Myles know, and we will see you again soon. I'll be back in this time slot next Tuesday, so I'll see you then. Or, like I said, check out some of the other classes we have going on this week. They're always a blast. I've been doing a lot of them just to add to my own training here and loving it. Absolutely loving it. So take advantage of them while they're up and going. And yeah, we'll see you again soon.